Good day and welcome to another episode of What's Happening Today presented to you by Rapido News Network. In this episode, we will first start by talking about the updates on the possible acquisition of Twitter by billionaire Elon Musk. Next, we will move on to the new measures announced by Biden administration to curb gas prices. Following that, we will move on to the new relaxation of COVID-related restrictions by New York theater companies. And finally, we will talk about the updates on Russian Ukrainian conflict. So let's get started. Today, in our first story, starting with the social networking platform Twitter's board of directors has adopted a limited term shareholders' right plan, also commonly called as poison pill, that could make it harder for billionaire Elon Musk to acquire the company. The poison pill provision, announced in a press release on Friday, preserves the right for Twitter shareholders other than Musk to acquire more share of the company at a relatively discounted price, effectively diluting Musk's stake. The provision will be triggered if Musk acquires more than 15% of the company's shares. Musk currently owns around 9% of Twitter's share. Now, this move marks an effort by Twitter's board to wrest back some control in the deal after Musk's stunning acquisition offer. The poison pill, a corporate anti-takeover defense mechanism, won't necessarily stop Musk's bid in its track, but it could make buying the company more expensive or force Musk to the negotiating table with the board. Now, on our next story on gas prices across the country, Biden plans to open more public land to drilling. The Biden administration announced on Friday that it would resume selling leases for new oil and gas drilling on public lands, but would also raise the federal royalties that companies must pay to drill. Now, this is the first increase on those fees in more than a century. The Interior Department said in a statement that it planned next week to auction off leases to drill on 145,000 acres of public land in 9 states. Now, these lands would be the first new fossil fuel leases to be offered on public lands since Biden took office. Now, on our next story on COVID-19, the owners and operators of 41 Broadway theaters in New York City have decided to relax COVID safety protocols that have been in place since last summer. Most Broadway theaters have decided to stop checking the vaccination status of ticket holders after April 30th, but will continue to require that audience members wear masks inside theater through at least May 31st. The Broadway League, a trade association, announced the change on Friday. The decision was made by the owners and operators of Broadway's 41 theater, who had initially decided to require vaccine and masks last summer. Now, on our final story on the Russian-Ukrainian war, Moscow, which was the pride of the Russia's Black Sea Fleet, a symbol of the country's dominance of the region and a powerful war machine, sank on Thursday. Despite claims by Russia that an accidental fire broke out on the ship, US officials confirmed on Friday that 2 Ukrainian Neptune missiles had struck the vessel, killing an unknown number of sailors and sending it and its arsenal to the bottom of the Black Sea. The sinking of Moscow on Thursday was the grave blow to the Russian fleet and the dramatic demonstration of the current era of warfare in which missile fired from shore can destroy even the biggest, most powerful ships. It was also the most significant combat loss for any navy since 1982, when Argentina's Air Force sank a British-guided missile destroyer and other ships during the Falklands War. Russia's defense ministry said on Saturday that its forces had used air-based high-precision missiles to destroy workshops of a tank factory in Kyiv, which is Ukraine's capital, and a military hardware repair facility in Mykolaiv. The Russian government had warned Ukraine that it would intensify missile attacks on Kyiv after blaming Ukraine for attacking Russian towns and border crossing plans. The Ukrainian government called the accusations a ruse aimed at stirring up anti-Ukraine sentiment in Russia. Now, that was all on the major news update for April 16th. Stay tuned for our next update on the ongoing world's affair. We hope that you find this video useful. If you like this video, hit like. And for a continued update on what's happening around the world, consider subscribing. And to never miss an update whenever we post something new, hit that bell icon. If you have any comments or any suggestions for us, please let us know in the comment sections below. Thank you.